Hi, I'm Maryann Barnsley. Welcome back to Maryann on Main Street. Today we're happy to have back once again Ann Duncan Cooley. She's from the Grafton Regional Development Center, or GRDC, doing a lot of work out of the Enterprise Center here in Plymouth. Ann, welcome back again.
Thank you.
So Ann has some exciting opportunities that are going on with GRDC. So Ann, it's all yours.
Thank you very much, Maryann. I just wanted to say that at the Enterprise Center, we're starting to ramp up for fall, and we have a couple of things coming down the road that people might want to keep an eye on our social media or sign up for our newsletter to get updates on. We're going to be having a photo shoot session so people can have affordable, professional grade photographs taken for use on their social media or website or whatever purpose. I've never had one done, so I'm kind of excited about doing that. It's going to probably cost around $15, so we're trying to make it really accessible. We'll probably have it on a Saturday. So if you'd be interested in getting a professional photograph to use in your professional endeavors, keep an eye on the website. I don't know how many slots there will be, so it may be, I wouldn't be surprised if this is pretty popular. So keep an eye out, and we'd love to see you. We're going to do it social distanced and all that good stuff. So
where can they, the website, GRDC, what's or the Facebook site?
I can, do you want me to give you a link? But we do have a newsletter. If you just Google Grafton Regional Development Corporation, our website there. And then we do post our events there, and you can sign up for our newsletter, or we also have a Facebook page. So
great. We'll add that to the end.
There are many ways to find us. We continue to offer free small business advising. This has been really popular with small businesses the past few months, as you know, there have been so many different needs, and people have needed a lot of help. So she is available. You can also reach our business advisor who's with the Small Business Development Center. She's certified through our website as well. You can always just email me at connect@graftonrdc.org. And if you don't know where it should go, we'll send you to the right place.
What kind of help have you been? I know some business owners, what kind of help have you seen people come for? I know there's all kinds.
There are all kinds. We had an increase, about a threefold increase in people looking for help in the last, the second quarter of this year. And people were looking for things like, how do I apply for the Paycheck Protection Program, to the Main Street program. There have been all these resources for small businesses that some of them have been pretty complex. And with the Paycheck Protection Program, we're still kind of waiting to hear if there might be forgiveness for loans under a certain amount, or if we're going to have to do the EZ form to get that forgiven. So there's still some uncertainty, and that is something definitely to keep an eye on our newsletter and social media, because we are working really hard to get the information out there to people as soon as it becomes available. So stay tuned to that. I also recently heard that the monies for nonprofits under the Nonprofit Emergency Relief Program should be notified, they said Thursday-ish. So sounds like this week, nonprofits who applied the end of June will know whether and how much they will be funded. So that could be really big for some of the nonprofits in our community.
It was a long wait.
It is a long wait. The nonprofit monies seem to have taken longer than the ones for the business community, and the application. And I've seen the application. It required quite a bit of work.
Wow.
So we'll see. Hopefully, people do get some monies to help their nonprofits face these challenges. At the Enterprise Center, we are going to be running a multi-session program on the fundamentals of how to start your business this fall. We ran it last year, and we were oversubscribed. So there have been people out there waiting, and probably some new people who could really use this program. So
That's great.
it will be online, at least for starters. And if we're able to do it safely in person, we'd love to, but we'll be doing that online. So keep an eye on our social media for that. And the other thing is that in the Enterprise Center itself, which is full and has lots of people working there, we've had some people expand their businesses and move around. So if you are sick of living at home and working at home at the same time, we have some freshly painted small offices. We have great internet there. So
what a great idea.
If you need a space for your business, we do have some smaller spaces available in the Enterprise Center. So we have a bunch of resources. As far as our lending, we still have our website assistance program available. So that's zero interest, deferred payment loans for people to work with approved website developers to get a website up for their business or improve a website. So we've had a good number of takers, but we still have funding for that. And of course, we do have a variety of both small and larger loan programs for Grafton County businesses to meet their business needs. So if you have a business need, let us know, and we'll do our best to figure out how to help you.
A lot going on.
Yeah, well, there's a lot going on in the business community and in Plymouth, the Plymouth business community. The community is looking at economic development, in Plymouth, and I think that's going to be an interesting discussion as well.
Yeah, those have been really, really informative. Getting involved in lots of different viewpoints, developers, business owners, town folk who have obviously a great lay of the land, and then working with youth folks as well. The university, I think it'll all come together as we watch Plymouth grow and in the way we'd like to see it grow. And go ahead.
No, go ahead, Maryann.
No, I'm just curious. So some of the help or a lot of questions and help you've given around the loans, PPP, Main Street, all those things. What other kinds of things have you seen? Questions like businesses trying to reimage themselves, in how things work this way, or the website stuff. What have you seen for that as well? To help folks kind of make a transformation.
Yeah, I think the whole, to be honest, work world is really changing, and the rural work world as well. And one of the trends I'm keeping my eye out on is something I just saw a recent article in Vermont, and I wonder about New Hampshire, is an influx of people from more urban areas moving to more rural areas. And a good proportion of them, at least in this particular report, said they plan to stay for good.
Nice.
So I would be interested, and I'm trying to, keep my eye on, are we seeing an influx of people from elsewhere? I understand that the real estate, residential real estate is very busy. I've talked to both real estate agents and an attorney who had, I think he said 8 closings scheduled for one day. So how that's going to impact our communities and what these new potential residents are going to want is a trend I'm looking out for. And how we work. If people are working from home, is that going to create business opportunities? I was reading an article about, housing. How are our houses going to change? And are we going to be needing to look at, how our zoning reads if we're changing our uses in our housing? So all sorts of really interesting kind of long-term big picture questions. At the moment, a lot of our businesses are just trying to figure out, how do you deal with customers in this environment? How do you reorient your marketing? And that's the sort of help that, our business advisor is there for. They're having a lot of different seminars about how to deal with employee issues, all the COVID-related employee issues. So it's really kind of a different world out there right now. And with the fall and how that may change with outdoor dining that some restaurants have been doing, and the return of kids to school with, parents maybe trying to school at home still or not. I mean, we're still in territory that there's a lot of adapting going on.
Right. Yeah. It's amazing how much it's turned in, what, 8 months now, almost 9 months now. It's just been, it's unreal. It really is. Every day there's something new. Yeah. I know I'm speaking from a small business and you already know these things, but it's incredible the effect it's had on how we operate. We've had to look at us ourselves, had to re-image. We had to put our orders online, do curbside delivery, something we obviously had never really dreamed of. And yeah, and just trying to keep everybody safe as well. But it is, it's cool though to, in some odd way, right, to kind of face those challenges as well. And for us, we're actually open now for people to come in 6 foot distance and whatnot, but we still have an online service, and that's still used, and we're going to keep with it. I would have never thought of it before, so we're going to still stick with that.
I think people have tried a lot of new things and learned a lot of new. I mean, I'm using all sorts of software that I never thought I'd need to use, and I'm looking at new ways to do business remotely. And our employees have really stepped up and learned these things, and
right.
Some of them are just really useful. And absolutely, we're going to keep going forever with some of these approaches. So I think they're crisis forces change, and some of it's been good, but
yeah,
the inability of people to really network, I think, is a real downside for our community. Communities are made on connections, and it's really, it's a strain to not have the ability to have casual conversations with people and take some ideas around.
Right. Yeah, Zoom's been great, but it's clearly not the same. Get that. I was interviewing somebody yesterday, and we both had masks on, and even though we're it's hard to get a connection, hard to get a read. I mean, it is what it is. Of course, it's necessary, but that was a strange experience too.
Well, we're humans, and we're used to taking cues. Is the person smiling? And
exactly.
And, in a grocery store, when you're trying to shop and you see someone at the end of the aisle, you can't really give them the smile and the nod and usual ways of communicating. And we're all human, and we're understanding, I think, a bit more what that means in some ways.
Right. All right, Ann. Well, thank you so much. You guys are really, really busy and hard at work, and I can't stress enough to businesses to contact you, your team. You have your hands in so many things. I really like that working out of the Enterprise Center. That's a great offering for a small, or even like you said, working from home, another option to give yourself. That's a great idea. But Ann, thank you very much. We'll talk soon.
Thank you, Maryann.